Man, let me tell you something. India didn't just wake up one morning and say, hey, let's be a global power. Nah, this ain't luck. This is a masterclass in strategy. While folks were laughing, doubting, and underestimating, India was in the lab cooking up plans. Every move, every policy, every innovation, all part of a big old playbook that's been years in the making. You see, some countries make noise, India made moves. They built digital highways when others were still patching potholes. They connected villages with Wi-Fi, brought fintechs to farmers, and turned tech students into CEOs. That's not an accident, that's alignment. Now, I'm gonna be real. Strategy ain't glamorous, it's grind. India didn't chase flash, they built foundation. When the world thought outsourcing was the limit, India flipped the script. Now they're exporting intelligence, innovation, and inspiration. You got Indian engineers leading global tech giants, startups turning into unicorns faster than Hollywood reboots, and a government that's talking self-reliance like it's a national anthem. That's not random, baby. That's rhythm, and it's got purpose. See, the thing about a real master plan is, it don't announce itself. It just starts working. While some nations were busy arguing over who's number one, India quietly became the one everyone's watching. They didn't copy anyone's model, they built their own. Digital India, Make in India, Skill India, all these ain't just slogans, they're strategy stacked on strategy. And when you see how all those pieces fit, the young population, the digital ecosystem, the global partnerships, you realize this ain't luck, this is legacy being written in real time. So yeah, America's got history, but India's got momentum. This rise wasn't a surprise, it was a setup. A plan so smooth, you don't even see it till it's already done. That's India's master plan, precision, patience, and pure genius. Now let me tell you something. America might have the swagger, but India's got that hustle. And hustle, my friends, beats swagger every single time. Swagger looks good on TV, but hustle builds empires. While America's been out here flexing its confidence, India's been grinding in silence, brick by brick, bite by bite, dream by dream. You see, swagger talks about what's been done. Hustle talks about what's coming next. India's hustle comes from the ground up. It's that auto rickshaw driver learning coding at night. It's that small town kid launching an app that goes global. It's engineers, farmers, and dreamers all moving like they got something to prove, and something even bigger to build. America gave us Silicon Valley, but India said, all right, watch this, and turned the whole country into a tech factory. From Bengaluru to Gurugram, from Hyderabad to Pune, they're coding, creating, and competing with anybody, anywhere. And what's wild, they don't need to imitate the West. They're innovating for the rest. Affordable healthcare tech, mobile banking in remote villages, renewable energy powering rural schools. That's not swagger, that's smart, soulful hustle. It's a different kind of ambition, not loud, not flashy, but focused and fearless. Now, Steve Harvey would tell you, the hustle don't sleep. And India, it's wide awake. Every young person there is hungry. Hungry for education, hungry for success, hungry for change. You can feel it, that energy, that fire, that drive. It's contagious. While America debates its next move, India's already 2 steps ahead, pushing boundaries, breaking records, and rewriting the rules. So yeah, swagger might win the spotlight for a minute, but hustle wins the century. And that's the real difference maker right there. America built the dream. India's out here building the future. With grit, grace, and a grind so real, the world can't ignore it. See, here's the real truth. India's secret weapon ain't bombs, it's brains. While other nations flex their missiles and show off their machines, India's flexing pure intellect. You can't outmuscle what you can't outthink. And India has turned thinking into an art form. From scientists to coders, doctors to designers. This country's got more brainpower per square mile than most places can dream of. It's a quiet revolution powered by curiosity, not chaos. Now, Steve Harvey would tell you, power don't always come from loudness. Sometimes it's that calm confidence, that quiet, "I got this." That's India right there. They don't need to prove they're strong by building bigger weapons. They prove it by building better solutions. Look at their space program, launching satellites at a fraction of the cost, landing missions where others said it couldn't be done. That's not luck. That's intellect meeting innovation. India knows the future ain't about who's got the biggest army. It's about who's got the smartest minds. Every innovation, from digital payments to green energy to AI-driven healthcare, shows how India is turning intellect into influence. And that's power that can't be sanctioned, sabotaged, or stopped. You can't block brilliance. You can't embargo imagination. What's even more powerful is how India's brains are working for the world, not just for themselves. Indian scientists are solving global challenges. Indian techies are running global companies. Indian thinkers are shaping global ideas. It's not about domination. It's about contribution. That's leadership through intelligence. So while some countries brag about might, India's rewriting what might means. It's not just about what you can destroy. It's about what you can create. And India, it's creating a smarter, safer, and more sustainable world. Brains, not bombs. That's India's real power play. And the best part, the world's just starting to realize how unstoppable that truly is. Let me tell you something. People keep calling India's massive population a challenge, but that's because they don't see what India sees. That billion plus, that's not a burden, that's a potential on fire. That's a billion minds thinking, learning, coding, and creating all at once. That's not a crowd. That's a collective force, a wave of energy that no country on earth can match. And the craziest part, they're patient. You can't rush a billion dreams, but when they align, man, that's unstoppable. India's power comes from this silent billion. The everyday hustlers who don't make the headlines but make the progress. The farmers adapting tech to grow smarter. The students learning AI in small towns. The entrepreneurs who start in garages and end up changing global markets. They're not loud, they're focused. They don't brag, they build. That's the kind of energy that doesn't just fuel growth. It defines the future. And see, patience is the key. Other nations chase instant wins. India's playing the long game. They've been planting seeds for decades, and now the roots are deep. When you combine patience with potential, you don't just get development, you get destiny. That's why the world's watching closely. Because they can feel that something big is shifting. It's that quiet confidence, the kind that doesn't need validation. Every young Indian who picks up a laptop instead of complaining about limits is proof that transformation doesn't need permission. The real revolution isn't in protests or politics. It's in classrooms and code, in courage. So yeah, the silent billion may not shout, but they're speaking loud through progress. They're the heartbeat of a nation that's done waiting. And when a billion people start moving in one direction, with purpose, pride, and patience, the world better make room, because India's coming through, and it's not slowing down for anybody. See, the real master plan behind India's rise isn't just about power or profit. It's about purpose. It's not just building cities and factories, it's building belief. India's not out here trying to dominate the world. It's trying to define what true progress means. Pride, purpose, and progress. That's the holy trinity of the Indian playbook. This journey isn't accidental, it's intentional. Every move India makes is rooted in something deeper than numbers. It's rooted in as nationhood. There's a new energy running through India. A confidence that says, we'll belong at the top, but we'll get there our way. That's pride, not arrogance, but awareness. Awareness of history, of heritage, of how far the nation has come and how far it can still go. You can feel it in the young entrepreneur from Mumbai, in the scientist from Chennai, in the soldier on the border. Everyone's got that spark that says, this is our time. Then comes purpose. India's growth story isn't just GDP charts and skyscrapers. It's about giving opportunity to the millions who never had it before. It's about lifting people up without leaving anyone behind. It's education for the child in a rural village, internet access for the unheard, and innovation that solves real problems. That's not development, that's direction. And progress, the kind that sticks, is never just about competition. India is not trying to be the next America, it's trying to be the best India. A country that leads with character, not control. That's why this master plan stands apart. It's powered by humanity as much as technology. So while the rest of the world measures success in dominance, India's measuring it in dignity. Pride gives it strength, purpose gives it soul, and progress gives it speed. That's the real master plan, not to win at someone else's game, but to build a new one where everyone's invited to play. And that, right there, is what makes India truly unstoppable.